Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to C76, and this is the finals, best of five, game number 2, Power Gaming and Faceless. I'm Luminous, and I'm joined by Tsunami. We still got a long row ahead of us, especially if Power Gaming starts to win a couple of games. They had a rough start, but I felt like throughout that game they had a couple of chances that could have grabbed the game back, but a little bit of fail in the execution, and it did not work out.
Yeah, it's either Power Gaming starts to win some games, or the way I was looking at it, it's Faceless starts to lose some games, because that game, Faceless they had all the options, but they weren't exploring them, and Black was playing a little bit too safe, and they had some questionable engagements early on because Power Gaming just had they had all the positioning items necessary on the Slardar and things like that, but they just weren't able to put Faceless into the ground to finally kill them.
Yeah, so these two teams actually met in the winner bracket finals, and between the 3 games that they played versus each other, I think Power Gaming actually won the early game. I think in 2 out of those 3 games. They ended up losing the entire series because Faceless was able to make a big comeback in one of those games. I expect Power Gaming to do actually much better in the early game. Remember, last game we saw Storm getting really shut down. Maybe, like you said, they put a little bit too much attention in that lane, and maybe should spread out the love a little bit.
That's what I'm hoping to see from Power Gaming. Hopefully they're not too one-dimensional that if DDZ doesn't get a good start, then he kind of falls off. I have more faith in him as a player to, not require to be dual midded to finally get the kind of farm and level advantage that he needs to snowball, but hopefully Power Gaming can adapt to what Faceless has brought to them.
I mean, I know you're not a big fan of the investment, but I thought it kind of paid off because he had like an 8-minute BOT, and he just started being everywhere.
I mean, it absolutely paid off mid, but it just paid off mid.
Okay.
Lance on the Juggernaut, he was making do with as much as he could get, but Tidehunter was giving him such a hard time in lane because it was just a disruptor there to support the Juggernaut. It's worth having a roamer roam everywhere as opposed to just roaming mid.
Well, we're gonna see that roamer hopefully roam everywhere. That's gonna be the Ogre Magi. I don't think we're gonna see a support PA alongside the Ogre Magi, so this is likely gonna be a safe lane or mid. Whatever the case is gonna be quite good at Drow Ranger. If you thought Black was playing scared, well, he has to somewhat man up this game now, because like it or not, PA is gonna be right in front of you.
It's going to be a problem for this Drow Ranger. Last game, Faceless had been sure to ban out the PA and I believe the Ursa as well. Both heroes that Drow Ranger has a tough time dealing with, but Faceless has enough faith in their boy to pick Drow Ranger again first pick, and not first pick with 2 picks to, I guess, get a quick synergy. Not that the Ogre Drow presented that much synergy in the previous game, which is what Faceless went for last time, but there are many options, and Witch Doctor is just one of various good options.
It's not Warlock! Can you believe it?
I can believe it.
We're not having a Warlock game.
I'm very happy to believe it.
What?
Please don't jinx it. I didn't bring it up intentionally.
So this is going to be Nuts' hero. Played it a lot in the past TI. Very good on the hero. Like, he knows it in and out. Huh? We will see. He's going to be... here's the thing about Witch Doctor from War Knights. I don't know how he finds the farm, but he would come on the mid-game with a Glimmer Cape or an Aether Lens. Or Nax, right? Like, I'm not exactly too sure how good it is versus a PA, given that Blur could actually evade those hits, and PA could kill you in 2 shots. But we'll see. It's Nuts. Probably the best Witch Doctor players in the world, so...
I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. I wouldn't say that Ags is the build, although supposedly I believe the interaction is if the first target of a Witch Doctor Ag connects, then all the bounce hits have 100%, like they will hit the secondary targets 100%.
Interesting.
We'll ignore. Yeah. So...
I almost want to just test that out now, but I won't. I'll wait.
I'm gonna check the wiki to verify, but I'm gonna check that while you go through the rest of the picks.
Okay. Meanwhile, we do see Faceless banning out a couple of support heroes that kind of pairs very well with the Phantom Assassin. Darkseer being one of them.
Okay. The primary attack can be disjointed and miss, and doing so prevents the projectile from bouncing. However, after having bounced at least once, it can no longer miss.
Ah, so now you just bounce it off somebody else, and PA will suffer.
So if this dude can manage to wrangle up an ag, then I think that's gonna do wonders against this team.
I mean, that's probably not the initial game plan, but you know, can get farm enough. The other day, Power Gaming ran both PA and Ursa. That was the game where they won the early game heavily, and actually got they lost their snowball and they lost the game. Mostly down to Black's Slark actually. So we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if they're gonna go for both PA and Ursa. Can be good.
10 seconds to go.
They did ban out Darkseer on Faceless, so that's a pretty good synergy with an Ursa. Although it may be a little bit too heavy in the melee core lineup because Drow Ranger still does an exceptional job. As you could see last game, Gust was doing work, and of course Frost Arrows can do a lot of work.
It makes me think that Faceless is definitely afraid of that lineup, because that lineup they picked a mid Omni Knight just as a defensive semi-core. Like he went for 4 staffs, Ghost Scepters, and was just using like his heals and Guardian Angels simply just to protect Black in that game. But Black Faceless is a team that bans the Omni Knight, so I don't know. That's a bit weird for me.
I guess the typical synergy with PA Omni is something to always be concerned about, but Dazzle offers a little bit in the same vein. Obviously, you don't have the repel, but buffing up PA's armor against someone like a Drow Ranger makes a big difference, and also against this Witch Doctor's Death Ward as well.
Yeah, the weave also as a vision to kind of grant allowing PA to go for the back targets is going to be a key. Ooh, Treant Protector!
Wow.
This is a great hero. So, one of the few heroes... Yeah, it is. Okay, first of all, PA, despite being an agility hero, rarely gets Manta Style and only sometimes gets BKB. Overgrowth kind of demands that answer now, right from the get-go. Second, PA goes for kills early on, but goes for more like very long kills, right? It takes a while for them to get the kill. That's where Living Armor, you have a lot of opportunity to save allies. And last but not least, Ogre Magi, a lot of his gusto, being able to trade hits early on, is going to get taken out, because Treant Protector is the only hero in the game that has 90 starting base damage. What? You get a Windlace on this guy, or even early boots, and you just go? Dazzle? Ogre, get out of my lane, dude. Just punch them.
I mean, Ogre you can punch. Dazzle is kind of difficult to punch. Treant Protector, let's see, how much armor does a Treant have early on? Because I'm imagining that this PA is probably going to get a Blightstone, and that synergizes really well with Poison Touch. Okay, so Treant has 1 armor at level 1, so that can be a problem.
1 armor don't matter if they don't punch you back. They're too afraid.
Fine, we'll see. I mean, I do appreciate the Living Armor synergy, especially because Power Gaming also... Wow, okay, Weaver picked his 4th pick.
Is this...
Power Gaming doesn't really have the strongest push, and so they aren't going to be able to just chip towers down. Treant Protector is going to be able to heal them up before they commit to a full push.
Is this a mid-weaver? Because it doesn't seem like an Ice hero to me.
But is it a mid-PA, though?
I mean, mid-PA is going to get wrecked by mid-weaver, right?
Yes, it definitely would. That's why it's up to Weaver depending on how Power Gaming lane it.
Yeah. The thing about this game is that there's no catch for the Weaver, right? There is going to be one more pick left on the side of Power Gaming. What's kind of like the best core pick that you could get that could wreck a Weaver?
I think Core Silencer is pretty strong, but you don't see it very frequently. Against Faceless's comp, though, I think it's really good. You got Silence against Death Ward, you got pure damage against Drow Ranger, you got all this DOT against Treant Protector's Living Armor. I think that a Core Silencer would be nice, but I'm unlikely that it's going to show up.
What about a Blasuka?
Does that happen? Core Bloodsucker actually happens?
I mean, I'm just theory crafting here, but Rupture is quite good against Weaver. That
It
much
is. I mean, but you need something that, like, he's going to get a Linken's this game for sure, because Batrider is going to be way too big of a concern. And
Yeah.
so you can block one or the other, and then immediately Weaver's going to go into Shikuchi.
Well, this is going to be an off-lane Ice Weaver, mid-Dragon Knight. We're going to see the full frontal push, 3 range cores, well, 2.5 if you count DK. Power Gaming, I gotta say, might be somewhat stumped with this draft. I'm still jazzed up by this Treant, actually.
I'm jazzed up by this Weaver. I'm happy to see Weaver seeing some exposure. I think he's a very strong hero, and wow, Power Gaming waiting until the very last second opts for a Sand King 5th
Core
pick.
Sand King? Like safe lane or mid lane Sand King? Mid Sand King. No, mid bat.
Bat Rider.
Ooh,
Okay.
this is really ballsy, right? Because you're banking on the fact that you win the mid game.
Well, Dragon Knight doesn't do particularly well against Bat Rider. As much as Dragon Knight is famed for his survivability, it mainly comes from Dragon's Blood armor.
Neither does
Bat
living
Rider does
armor.
not- That's true, and also Bat Rider will burn straight through that as well.
Yeah.
So I think that this is the right landing arrangement. Their options were mid PA or mid 5th pick. It seems that Power Gaming is going to go to their Sand King, which I think they played last series as well. I believe it was MTR, or no, MTR was on the Axe.
It
They
was
had
on a
someone else in the
support.
Sand King.
It was, I believe,
Yeah.
Mosin playing it.
I think that's correct. And so they're clearly familiar with the hero. I don't know if it's the best pick this game, though.
Who's playing what? XY? Playing the tree and protector. Looks like he is already warding up the mid lane. Ice. Weaver. Lots of stats. We got Jabs playing Dragon Knight. Just starting with the Magic Stick. He is going to be up against the Bat Rider. We got Nuts playing with the Witch Doctor. And finally, we got Black playing the Drow Ranger. Hopefully, he'll man up a little bit more this game. You want to quickly introduce Power Game?
Sure. From left to right, we got Sand King being played by MTR. We got PA being played by Lance. We got Ogre Magi being played by JYC. We got Mosin on the Dazzle, and last we got DDZ on the Bat Rider, and they're about to find each other here.
They definitely see the Drow. Okay, smoke breaks, dagger will fly out, MTR will have the burrow strike, napalms are being laid out, Black will be given a first blood. Did you see that heal damage?
That was an amazing heal bomb, really good positioning. As a Dazzle, you always dream that your team will be smart enough to be like, yeah, I mean, you're a ranged Bat Rider, but you can still stand next to the enemy, and that's exactly what happened, and a ton of damage getting that early kill on Drow Ranger.
DDZ starts with the Bracer. Take me back to 2009. This is a long forgotten build. He will be rushing for the drums. Definitely a build that you see more in a farming-oriented Bat Rider. You get the drums super early, and with a burst of movement speed, you just run over kits that sometimes don't even have the upgraded boots.
Yeah, and it seems that as soon as he got that bounty rune, he sent out a salve, so he's not going to be completely devoid of regen, because 2 tangos and a fairy fire is playing it pretty light.
Ooh.
This is very stat heavy, and Bat Rider is an int hero, so Bracer isn't going to really give him that much damage, just 3.
Yeah.
But he's going to be relying on sticky napalm for the most part, but DK wisely got a stick right out of the fountain.
You know what makes no sense? Like, you have a Bracer in a component of the drums, but drums gives you a hell of a lot of int after you complete it. And there's like no...
Ice Roy's such a nice guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's just like, yeah, I know it's mainly a strength item that you built it out of, but you know, everyone wants the int. Everybody loves int, and holy crap, Jabs does not love all this napalm harassment.
5 stacks?
There's 5 stick charges, but still.
Soon to be 6. The one thing about playing this matchup is, maybe hold that thought, because we're going to see offensive trialing coming out from Power Gaming, and Treant, like you expect, is getting punched. Yeah.
No, but you said that Train was gonna do the punching. You didn't say that he was gonna get punched.
He is doing the punching, but Ogre 10 base armor, OP. Or what is it?
And Ignite is gonna be very difficult for this living armor arrangement, that's for sure.
Maybe the third pick Treant was a little bit too much to expose it. The bounce is going on Lance. He's actually taking a lot of damage. Lance going back in. Thanks for the heal bomb, but he is still taking way too much damage. One more right-click salve would get canceled. On the back line, though, they got the Witch Doctor. Sorry, my camera should have been there, but I thought Lance was going to die. So salve was canceled, and I think heal bomb had a big part in that.
Yeah, no, he's perfectly okay getting that heal bomb canceled because they were able to get the kill on Witch Doctor. And Black is he only just now hit level 2. I'm surprised that they got a really nice cask off, but without Frost Arrows, you can't really hope to catch up to Lance, and he has a poor man's shield as well, which means that the right clicks aren't going to do that much. And it seems like the aggressive try arrangement from Power Gaming is working out.
Yeah, I think they went for it there because they needed him to be level 1. Because if Lance had Blink Strike or Blur, that kill would not have happened at all. So they chanced it, did not work. They even had like multiple range creeps to help out. Now we do have XY coming through. The last lane that we have not talked about is MTR playing at top. This is a terrible lane for him. Weaver is going to run circles around him. Caustic does help a little bit, but not really.
No, it's not. And I'm surprised that he actually isn't going to put more points in Sandstorm, because I thought Sandstorm would be very valuable in this matchup.
Just sit there and the root away.
I mean, because Weaver's going to get his farm regardless. You might as well force him to spend some money on regen and at least get free experience. But, I mean, this Weaver has a Blightstone. The Sand King's not going to be able to stand up against this. It's completely out of regen.
Yeah, I wonder if you make the lane switch. Batrider goes top. But Batrider, speaking of which, is having a good lane here. I mean, he's not exactly dominating the Dragon Knight, but few heroes do. Hasn't really been able to force the kill. I think maybe level 5 is where he'll go if he gets Flame Break.
Jabs is sitting on his 10 stick charges like permanently, and you need to be concerned about living armor coming in if your last few attacks are going to be just right clicks. So
sure.
I don't know. I think pre-lasso, I don't think he's going to feel confident.
Well, we'll see. I guess it comes down to the stacks, right? If there's 6 stacks on a DK, then maybe he'll make the go. Bottom lane, the farm is somewhat shut down. Black 14 CS, not too bad, but you know the offensive PA also getting some CS. Actually, he's gonna go right in here. That cast not gonna fall through, and they're gonna go hard on Black. Black taking so much damage. Nice Gust pushback, allowing Nuts' regen to come through. But they can focus on Nuts again, and Nuts will go down. These guys hitting hard. The heal bomb cooling down. Lance will need a little bit of help. They will back off.
A little bit of a misplay from Mosin. He had the poison touch, but he actually went for the Witch Doctor instead of the Drow Ranger, because Drow Ranger was basically 2 auto attacks away from death, but it's okay. You're not really... All you're hoping is to make sure that this Drow Ranger doesn't get very much, and if she's not getting kills, she's getting bullied out by a PA, then you're pretty content with how this lane is going from Power Gaming.
TDZ being stunned under a creep wave, still being super aggressive. Not exactly sure what that was about. Takes a lot of damage, but he is doing a very good job pushing out the lane, and looks like he will get the rune. So I gotta say, I think Power Gaming is definitely winning 2 lanes out of 3, but I don't think they're winning it hard enough to mitigate the fact that Weaver is free farming top.
The fact that Weaver's free farming and the fact that Faceless has 3 cores against basically just a core PA.
Yeah.
It's, I agree that they should have gone for some kind of lane switch. Ice getting really low.
That's a kill.
But MTR has 0 points in ice.
Oh,
I mean,
one more kill, my god! What? He had living armor, he had swarm, and he had orb of venom, and he still lost that right click to a Sand King?
He had time lapse also.
Well, that's actually the biggest embarrassment.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it was a nice kill on the Siege Creep, 3 points caustic. No one expects that. You would expect 1 point in Sandstorm. That's what I would expect. But that's, I don't know. Ice getting a little bit overzealous, I suppose.
You would have just lost the lane less, but you would not have won the lane. Like he did. MTR, what a god. M-God.
What a god.
Alright, Power Gaming. I gotta say, now they're winning all 3 lanes, right? After you get that solo kill.
Yeah, that made the difference, honestly. And now DDZ does have Lasso.
He's level
Jab's
7.
completed the full wand, has 16 wand charges, and he's not going to use any of them until he needs to.
But look at the level difference. Jab almost, or just hitting 6, DDZ 7. Like, he is definitely controlling the lane. Okay,
he's going in.
Pops a Dragon Form. Tower's helping out. He needs a Flame Break. I don't know about this one, DDZ. That looks like kind of a big throw.
Oh no, but Jabs is inside the oh no!
What happened?
Jabs was sitting in the Firefly bot lane. Dazzler gets the kill on Witch Doctor. Now Black's on the run. Has a Fire Blast on Ogre. Black still taking a ton of damage. Gonna get Poison Touched. Gonna get Heal Bombed in 1 more second. Or
Oh
not
my
even
god.
necessary.
And Trian showing mid allow the fact that the bottom just went for it. Sorry for missing that kill. I thought he was fine, but apparently not. 6 stacks. And I guess standing under the fire for whatever reason?
He went for a TP under, like as soon as he got that kill, he immediately went for the TP. But it was a TP underneath the Firefly with the 6 stacks, and maybe he was hoping it would have worn off, but that got the kill, and that was a kill that should not have happened.
That was also a Flame Breaking between. Flame Break does a ton of damage now with the Napalm. So, well, I guess DZ did the math. He did die, but did get a kill 1 versus 2, and meanwhile Power Gaming still winning the bottom lane. So this is actually very reminiscent of what we saw yesterday when the 2 teams faced up against each other, or maybe 2 days ago now. Just very, very aggressive early game by Power Gaming, and essentially winning all 3 lanes.
They just need to keep that momentum going. I don't think that Ice knows that MTR has 0 points in Sandstorm because Ice is like, he's playing as if like, well, I can't get this kill because this guy can just go.
Mosin really in an awkward spot here, but maybe Nuts in a little bit more awkward spot. They're going to focus on Lance, and here comes Ice. This is the where the Weaver gets really good. Lance will blink away Mosin, TP's out. I don't think he survives this, but Black does not go for the kill. He goes for the chase on Lance. They will get the Lance. And it looks like they will get JYZ. He ports away. Jabs coming with a stun. They will get it. Nicely done. Honestly, they could have gotten all 3, but 2 is not bad.
2 is not bad, assuming you got the PA, which they did.
Yeah.
So you get the Dazzle, sure, that's great, but PA is the real prize.
Alright. DDZ still haven't got his drums just yet. Meanwhile, Ice in here.
Oh wow, this is ballsy.
Whoa.
He has a lasso on DDZ. Time-lapse is up, though.
Yeah, he will time-lapse. And does he have a bottle? No, he just ring controlling. Okay. Japs hasting through the river. Runs over the fire that he loves so much.
Yeah, actually only got 2 points in Dragon's Blood. Sometimes you see a DK maybe having to play a little bit more defensively against a ranged hero. But that's all he needed to stay alive. And now another aggressive movement from Mosin into the Radiant jungle.
Meanwhile, top lane with the double damage. I think Ice knows there's no Sandstorm, because you always see Sandstorm used to disjoint, all these right clicks that's coming through.
That's true, but then like, why isn't he just going for the kills then?
I mean, Burrow Strike, right? Like, it's just hard to kill a Sand King. You can harass him out, but it's hard to kill. Looks like we are gonna see Bat Rider coming in. It's gonna be tough. You need Burrow Strike, and you need DZ to fly over the... Ooh, Nuts with the body block on bottom? Okay, not gonna set up anything. 4
heroes, I'm gonna assume that this Ogre dies.
Well, Cass is on cooldown, but looks like Dragon Knight able to catch back up, so he's dead. Top lane does flew out, but, Ice, Sakushi's away.
Dragon form is used. Hopefully Jabs can turn that into a mid tier 1 push, because he's he has that Drow Ranger bonus damage and no one is mid right now, so hopefully they can do something with this Dragon form, because even though Faceless does have much better late game than Power Gaming, you still don't want to let this PA get a good start, and any bit of map control that you can seize early on will pay dividends.
So I'm not sure if you would believe me, but if you look over to the CS chart, Sand King has the highest CS in the game. In a lane that he got wrecked in, honestly. Until
Ice must not have known. Like, a Sand King cannot get away with that. You can just hit and run. You can stay on his side of the lane as a Weaver. But
look, just M got things.
M got things.
Switching over to net worth, well, 3 dire core heroes on top of the net worth chart, but they kind of have to be, right? Again, you mentioned that Radiant's playing with 3 cores. They will take over this game at one point. DDZ looking for one. He will find Nuts. Nuts is going to throw out the casket before he dies, but he does have a lot of backup here. Nuts definitely dead. They're looking for Black as a secondary kill. The Grave Beat forced onto DDZ. DDZ still have the bug on him. He is definitely dead. That's pretty much a big dive, but they get 2 kills out so far. Meanwhile, Mosin
might be next.
Yeah. Alright, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Weaver's gonna finish this one off.
Yeah.
No grave available.
Okay. I think right now Power Gaming, even though they're forcing decent trades and good amount of kills, I don't think these trades are that beneficial. Like, they need to be taking 3 for 1s or 2 for 0s. I think Faceless is okay taking 2 for 2s.
No, definitely. As long as Power Gaming isn't taking objectives, they're just fine with any of these. Oh man, an Illusion Rune on a Dragon form DK. This is so good. This tower's gonna go down for sure.
I mean, it doesn't apply 3 times the buff on the tower, but still hits pretty hard.
It doesn't, yeah, but it keeps the Corrosive Breath on it consistently, so that...
Oh, Blink Epicenter misses!
Epicenter.
Okay, that was kind of embarrassing, but looks like the heal bomb will keep everybody alive. That was their big debut on the Blink, and they get nothing. And now JYC ports in. He has no mana. Dragon Knight comes back in. There's a little bit of bloodlust action. He goes in again for Ice. They have vision, but can they chains on him? No, he time-lapsed. Oh my god, 2 hero blinked in and they die. JYC's dying as well. Overgrowth to commit for the 4th kill. Mosin's gonna be dead. Is it too early to call the GG?
It's too early, but man, what a time lapse. They had the right idea. They got the stun off with the Burrow Strike. They followed it up with a Fire Blast, but this Ogre actually skipped multicast at level 6, so wasn't even able to get a multicast even if he wanted to, and oh boy, this is going to be a lot of towers, a lot of damage.
I'm surprised that with the Burrow Strike missed, they still commit hard to it, because at that point, there was a moment they were able to disengage, right? They still committed.
Well, they can disengage, but they're going to lose the tower regardless. So I guess the justification was, if we're going to lose the tower, we might as well go down guns blazing.
Well, they definitely did go down. Nuts gonna drop a casket. He's being focused. 3-man Burrow Strike. That's pretty good. On the back line, looks like Jabs got caught as well. They're gonna focus on XY. He will be the second one down. Ice dropping low.
Time lapse.
Yeah, he's gonna manify time lapse back, but Burrow Strike coming off cooldown. Jabs will finally go down. It's gonna be a reverse kill. Can MTR M-God, can he find him? Yes, he can. It looks like he's in there. Pops a magic wand. He might go for a return kill, but damn, that heal bomb. Too early to call it GG. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. Power Gaming. They're kind of back, but still, that
was pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That was a 2.7k gold shift, and I am surprised that FL stood for as long as they did after they got that tower. Like, I figured that, you know, it was going to be a lot of tower damage. I didn't think that it was going to be as heavily committed.
I mean, to be fair for them, you just saw Epicenter being used. That's our biggest team fight ult, right? So, like, maybe we go for it. Black
Lasso was not used, though. And if DK is out of the commission... Oh my gosh, they're going in on... Oh boy. Goodbye, XY.
No, Epicenter committed for this one as well. Sorry for missing it. Was watching mid. Mask of Madness picked up on Black, so no adjustment to the build. I think this is not a Mask of Madness game. This is a...
I don't think so.
Silver Edge, BKB, Hurricane Pike.
Silver Edge would have been the go. I would have definitely thought that Silver Edge. Maybe even a Pike first item. Mask of Madness against this, like, Bat Rider is going to have his blink soon. Sand King has his blink already. PA has daggers from a billion range away.
And he has the built-in blink. Bat Rider playing with people. He's trying to port out here, but the bugs giving vision, and they right-click him down. DDZ not having an excellent snowballing game that you kind of need for a mid-Bat Rider.
Ah, but you know why? It is because a lane investment was not put in very heavily for him. Jabs was able to keep up most of the time, and there wasn't a big disparity mid.
Link Burrow Strike finds XY mid. That man needs to cancel the TP, even though it's a Weaver. They do cancel it. Look at these deep wards here. A single sentry will rule both of them, but yeah, you know, get this set up a kill.
I feel for this Train Protector. I mean, the dude just wants to stop a push. You don't expect Power Gaming to be sticking around as 5 constantly, but they are. That Rider, he was off doing his own thing, but Power Gaming, meanwhile, is staying together as 4, and you can't defend towers by yourself.
But here's the thing. Power Gaming is unable to push down these towers in one go. And you're up against Treant. That mid tower is getting killed up. So it's really hard for Power Gaming to get objective off of the back of these kills, because Sand King, PA, Bat, they can't push towers.
Uh-oh, Weaver gets discovered by Bat Rider.
Who discovers who? On the back line, lands. Oh, Jabs in the middle of everything. He does get a Burrow Strike here against JYC. They're going to lasso him on the high ground away from his teammate, but JYC needs a little bit of team himself. He will be able to run away, and Jabs
is going to die.
Yeah, he will die. Overgrowth maybe saving him. They have to commit a Burrow Strike for him. Meanwhile, it looks like they lost PA on the back line, and they are focusing on the tower. Looks like they will bring down XY once again. He will try to juke to the right side, and he will finally die. Tier 1 tower is protected. MTR looking for more. He will find Ice, but there's just no follow-up. And now Mask of Madness being turned on. MTR in a lot of trouble. Bat Rider, the bugs are doing so much work. Flame Break pushing Ice back. MTR still needs to go away, but that weave actually getting everybody so much armor to work with.
Against a as right-click heavy comp as Faceless has, this Dazzle is making a world of difference right now, and I'm actually surprised that he's not going for something like a medallion, because I think that they make a big impact this game, but right now just has a Windlace, just has Arcane Boots, and right now they're actually going to be able to commit to this push.
And they might actually finally get a tower. They've been committing for this tower for such a long time. Finally, they will get it. I don't believe Faceless can or should fight. He goes for a deny, did not get it. And Ice. Oh my god, Burrow Strike. Can he actually commit? Jabs getting hammered down by that Epicenter. MTR taking a ton of damage, and no, maybe they're committing a little bit too much. Grave going on MTR. Might likely die to the bug that's on top of him. They're gonna go on XY, did not get his overgrowth off. They kill Ice, and they are running this team down. DDZ somewhere out of nowhere gets a triple kill, and Nuts looks like he will be able to run away. Dazzle also providing the sustain to keep on pushing.
That was a really well-distributed amount of resources. Witch Doctor wanted to go in for his Death Ward, but like he had an amazing cask positioning, and he tossed it out. But Lance was immediately jumping on him, and you can't expect to out DPS a PA with just a level 6 Death Ward, so he just had to leave the fight. Wasn't able to contribute anything more than that cask, and you need all of the heroes on Faceless to be dealing damage if you want to beat Power Gaming in a team fight.
Yeah. Because you could definitely be sure that Power Gaming is all dealing damage. They have a Veil first on the Sand King, and it's doing some nice things for the Bat Rider, as well as Ogre, who's heavily specialized on dots right now with that Ignite. Here comes Faceless. They want to be fighting. What do you think about Faceless' decision to be aggressive? Because they do have 3 cores. They can just sit back and farm. Oh, MTR is
fine. MTR. They don't have any initiation. They don't have anything.
Without the DK,
like,
right?
Well, even the DK doesn't have, like, all he has is his Dragon Form stun, and that's only...
And drums. I mean, it's better than the rest of the team in terms of what
it is
they
better
have.
than the rest of the team. But that like, you got to question, like, why are we going for a smoke gank then if that's our best initiation? They're going to find Lance, Invis XY. Overgrowth to cancel.
And he needs a teammate to Blink Strike too. He's gonna get healed. He's gonna get Grave. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that TP anymore. Jabs is gonna get one, and that casket bounding between 2. Oh, that's gonna be an easy double.
Okay, well, I mean, it wasn't the smoke gank that gave him that, but it was more Lance playing a little bit over aggressively that allowed Faceless to get those 2 kills, but I agree. I don't really think that Faceless needs to play this aggressive. Lasso in on mid. Black is getting dragged back.
Epicenter on the back line. He blinks forward onto the 2 hero. Black is definitely dead. And Burrow Strike's going to come down to 2, but Jab's very, very tanky. And that Veil, super late after the Epicenter casket, will goes out, and looks like MTR, do they have vision? He's going to go south, dodging away Burrow Strike in 1 second. He's going to burrow to the low ground, I think. Burrow into the trees. Blink Dagger off, cooldown now. He will blink into the trees. TP out. Casket will find him. No! He is home free.
Looks like DDZ still wants some, though.
Yeah, it's not
JYC
over yet.
coming in.
Oh my god, Nuts. Look at the damage output, but the plot armor keeping him alive a little bit. JYC getting graved up. They are committing for this Nuts kill. Maybe a little bit too deep. They will get Nuts, but what will they lose on the way out? Oh, XY dropping low. The bug is actually keeping off the blink, but oh yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Mozen gonna dust to make sure. DDZ blinks to the left side. DDZ's on a double kill now, but he's gonna get stunned up. He needs a little bit of help, and look at the damage output on Black. Okay, never mind. Black's dead. Mask of Man is not the item this game. Burrow Strike will find Ice. Sentry's being committed. Does he have time lapse? Yes, he does. So he should be fine, but they are still on the chase. Okay, Sentries are...
That was the messiest goddamn fight I've ever seen. I don't think a single buyback was used. I think it was just so long that every hero was able to have 2 lives. And I guess Power Gaming comes out ahead because they just immediately obliterated this Drow Ranger at the tail end of that fight. Lance has a full Desolator completed. You can 2-shot a Drow Ranger when she has a Mask of Madness activated, and
I believe
it's gonna be up to this DK.
I believe he did just 2-shot the Drow Ranger, so...
Yeah, he did.
I guess now with the Desolator, the tower pushing gets a little bit easier, and Roshan becomes a possibility as well, so... Don't sleep on Power Gaming yet. They might not scale as well, but they're definitely winning the fights now. On the left side, looks like MTR gets found, but he's super tanky. Now, Bat Rider's in there. Burrow Strike onto Nuts. They're going on different targets, but now it looks like we're going to readjust a little bit. Jabs being the target. They do see XY. Burrow Strike coming off cooldown. They're going to go for both, and looks like they will get both. Yep, that's 2 kills. And with Desolator, that tier 2 now shivering.
Wow, okay, things have turned around dramatically. It's now a 4K net worth lead for Team Power Gaming, and a similar experience lead as well. And like you said, with a Desolator, these towers are going to go down very quickly. Normally with a PA, the one downfall that you have as a carry, as the only one position, is that you can't push very effectively. But with Bloodlust and Deso, she pushes just fine.
I think we might found the Drow counter here on Power Gaming, at least for now. This game is
At least for Mask of Madness Drow, yes, definitely.
yeah. Still not sold on the Mask of Madness. He does have the Dragon Lance. Hurricane Pike is going to be next, and his standard build is that he goes for the Shadow Blade after that. I'm not exactly sure whether the invisibility would have a lot of use in this game because of all the sentries that they're getting for the Treant and the Weaver to begin with. So maybe you skip it this game.
No, because I think the Silver Edge is valuable against PA still. And in terms of positioning around the map, like you're right, they're being very aggressive with detection for Weaver, detection for Nature's Guise. I still think that for the break, it's worth it to get it against PA, but only the full Silver Edge, not just the Shadow Blade, and then going to like
it's a very heavy 4K investment though. Looks like Scan has found the hero. Black will run to the right side, right into a Veil Burrow Strike, and Mask of Madness to run. Meanwhile, we're gonna see DDZ coming in with a Flame Break, and that's a pause. Sorry, go hang. All right.
Okay.
Not much time for them to respawn. I think they were gonna just let the Drow Ranger go. Okay, maybe not. It's surviving a little bit for now. Black taking a lot of damage. If Blinken Overgrowth's gonna get committed, Black survives after the pause. Coincidence? I think not. Nuts is gonna let his ultimate loose, and he's actually doing so much damage. Nuts carrying the team right now. He will get the PA, but he will die as a result. And Jabs taking the multi-gas. The Veil is gonna come through again. Dragon Knight's tanking up in the front line. He will go down, but not after a heroic fight. Black comes back and turns on the Mask of Madness, man molding up. But he will finally go down. And Ice throughout all of this, he will win the man fight from, between him and JYC. Bug? Oh my
Bug,
God.
no.
All right, he'll make it home. But that was
like the epitome of sloppy. Like they granted there was a pause in between that kind of messed up the flow of things, but like Black got out just barely. I have no idea. I think he ran around to the Radiant hard camp and then TP'd to his tier 2 bot. Yeah. And then immediately came back to the fight with his Mask of Madness enabled. Thankfully, Ice, this triple core strat is working out because Power Gaming can kill 1, Power Gaming can kill 2, but they don't have enough damage to kill 3, especially if PA is dead. And with Dragon Knight being one of the remaining cores, if they don't have the Desolator of PA to bring down his armor, they can't do very much. And Dazzle's Weave was kind of off target. It didn't land on the DK either. So it's just so hard for Power Gaming to be able to take him out on the DK without putting a ton of investment. And Weaver's just able to do a ton of damage on the backlines.
I actually think that Black coming back in the fight in like 10% health was critical in terms of winning the fight. Because he did a lot towards the end, especially with the Gust. Power Gaming, though, is getting a ton of items, especially looking towards an Aegis. JYC working towards a Crimson Guard. If they get that, it will make the fight much, much easier for the team. Nullifying what a lot Drow, Dragon Knight, as well as Weaver can do. But speaking of fights, it's happening again. This time, Ice has a Desolator. It's gonna hurt, especially with Roshan bashing. Oh, this is a terrible spot. Lance needs a grave. He will get it. And look at that ultimate just going off from the Witch Doctor. Somebody man him up. Nuts taking so much damage. Looks like he will go down. They will find Jabs on the high ground. Buyback immediately from Lance. Meanwhile, Black contributing his damage output from on the back line here. But looks like the drawn out team fight is favoring Jabs. Will go down. Ice being manned up right now. He does not have time lapse anymore, but do they have vision? Black porting out. No! The last right click club. And looks like with the buyback, they just win 4 for 1. MTR, the M God. Can he find that Burrow Strike? Looks like he's gonna give up the chase. And they win that fight.
What an amazing time for JYC to complete that Crimson Guard. That made a world of difference. That fight would not have gone nearly as well if they didn't have the Crimson Guard. And obviously We've made a big impact having PA survive. She got a very unlucky bash early on. Roshan stunned him, but thankfully Dazzle was quick on the Grave, has Grave maxed out, so could do it from outside of the pit, and Lance was able to deal all the damage in the world without like really having very many survivability items. Just the Vanguard and obviously the Crimson Guard synergy.
Well, you say this game is sloppy. I say it is hella fun to watch, because I mean, we still don't know who's actually going to win. Decisive lead here for Power Gaming, but again, they don't have the good late game, so.
That's the beauty of these team fight heavy comps, which it doesn't really feel like Faceless seems team fight heavy on paper, because really their only two big ults are the Treant Overgrowth and the Witch Doctor's Death Ward. But whenever you're able to get everyone in a close congregation like that, those two spells make a big difference, with Drow Ranger being able to plink people from afar. And Power Gaming, obviously, the Sand King epicenters have been on point every single time.
Well, they're gonna back up. Instead of denying the tower, they will smoke. They will look for one right now. That Sand King initiation has been good. Let's see if it will continue to be good. It seems like the Radiant team is definitely aware of the situation. They lay out a scan. I don't think Sand King is not walking into it. Just barely.
Just barely.
And Bat Rider's on. They see the Firefly. They see him. But DDZ also sees Black. Black! Okay, he's into the tree line. And it looks like the aggression will be given up. Gem will start to de-ward a couple of this vision. And maybe we're going to just see a standard tier 2 tower push.
Well, Firefly is down now, so DDZ does compromise some positioning, but MTR still has Blink Epicenter Veil, so I don't think that Faceless is going to defend this one.
Ooh, DDZ actually just got much tankier by picking up the Ghost Scepter. You mentioned that it's, you know, mostly physical damage. In fact, it's all physical damage, even from the supports. Are we going to go high ground?
They have Aegis, and they have plenty of time on it, although
And a Weave.
Dragon Knight did just complete his BKB, so that might be an important reveal.
Well, Glyph is going to get committed. Looks like Ice is forced to TP back from his split pushing. Tower's down to about half HP. They really need to start committing. Here comes DDZ committing for the team. BKB cannot be activated if he's being chainstun. Overgrowth comes through, but the Crimson Guard do so much. And here comes MTR. He's in the middle of everything. He's graved up. He's really going to die to the right clicks as well as the Bug. Glimmer K? No, not going to save him. Jabs, the BKB reveal has been big. And now Lance is in there. He doesn't have Grave available. He's going to get completely stunned up. Can he Blink Strike out? I think he's going to get chainstunned. And the high ground has not worked. DDZ needs to make sure he survives because he has the gem. And now the chase for a little bit more. JYC, can he? Ooh, the sun's going to be there. And Jabs will get him as well. High ground, not successful.
Alright, for all the grief that I gave Black in the previous game, he played that fight perfectly. Amazing silence timing onto the PA. It's not the most difficult thing, but when you're stressed out about a lot of random spells being tossed around, it can be difficult to time it. And him using the Gust on PA after that Aegis respawn made sure that she wasn't going to be able to go anywhere after she respawned, and then using the Hurricane Pike on DK to get that stun on Ogre as he was trying to TP out. It was extremely well played, and that's why I want Black to participate in fights. And even though I was skeptical with Mask of Madness, he's able to deal so much damage in these fights.
Are you skeptical of a shotgun Bat Rider?
What? E-Blade.
Alright, hear me out. So in that last team fight, we saw the initiation of DZZ on the DK. He was in the middle of 5 Power Gaming hero. They can't kill him, right? Like, they just actually don't have burst damage. They have a ton of damage over time, but they don't have enough burst. I'm not sure if the Ethereal Blade is going to add to that. More importantly, Ethereal Blade also doesn't have a synergy with your Phantom Assassin. In fact, it's just a nombo, so it's a questionable choice, but
the reason I would have liked it if it was back when E-Blade made you and the target. Oh, nuts! Getting dragged, getting lassoed, getting put onto a cliff.
Up on the hill. Shotgun, bro.
Shotgun.
All right.
Okay, but so I mean, that's great. He can shotgun himself because that's what he's gonna need to do. That's also known as a Ghost Scepter because I don't really know what situation he's going to want to offensively E-Blade someone. Like, DK has a BKB. He can take off the disarm from the ethereal form. Drow Ranger doesn't have one, but she's going to be kind of far away from the fight. And if you want to blow the ethereal form offensively, then that means that, you know, the rest, like Ice is still going to be able to right-click you. DK is still going to be able to right-click you as a Bat Rider. So I'm not sure what his plan is with this E-Blade.
Maybe the plan is just to kill them before he gets to ever activate his BKB. It is a pretty presumptuous plan.
Bat Rider isn't an agi hero. Like, it goes off of primary attributes, sure.
Yeah.
But
93 int, bro.
E-Blade gives you 10 int and 40 agi. And it's going to be going off of his int. It's, what, 84? I don't know. I'm not going to do the math, but it's not shotgun. This is like BB gun territory right now.
Remember that conversation that we had about drums giving a lot of int, dude?
Oh,
it's part of the build.
To fruition.
Yeah, man.
I guess part of the synergy might be that with the Veil, with the Epicenter, with the ethereal form, it's like plus 200 magic damage onto someone.
I mean, it's
that
also
seems really deep.
It's also, you know, if you get a multicast, right? I think that's actually the biggest amplifier. If you get a multicast where there's a shotgun, or sorry, the debuff on somebody, that person is dying. Well, we'll see in the next fight whether it matters or not.
We'll see. It's going to be a lot of active items to use because he's going to have to blink, shotgun, turn around, or blink, shotgun, lasso, turn around, force stuff.
Did you not see
want...
this man play Invoker?
That's true. This man is exceptional. His fingers are working like a violinist.
I thought it's a pianist. That's the meme.
That's true. But I mean, that's just how good it is, you know? He's doing vibrato on these keys, basically.
Alright, Power Gaming looking for a smoke. They will not find it, because simultaneously, Faceless smoked up. I think we need to do a massive item check on everybody, because it's been chaotic fights back and forth. Looks like Mech has been picked up on XY. I think he had it for a while. And you can see Nuts beginning to work towards an Aghanims. I do believe that's an Ice MKB versus Lance. Quite good. And Jabs has a Blink and BKB. Meanwhile, we've been discussing the Ethereal Blade, but his allies has picked up a Basher and looks like he's working towards Abyssal Blade. And then MTR has the Aghanims finished.
Yeah, his PA is very, very tanky right now, which is why I'm glad that Ice is going for this MKB, and he's going to have it very, very quickly. And that means that his entire duty is going to be on anti-PA duty, because no one else can do it. Black is not going to be able to do it on this Drow Ranger, not yet at least. And Black is actually relatively under-farmed this game, despite his stereotype of being one of the most aggressive farmers out there. He's actually falling behind even the Sand King in farm.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's actually better to give farm priority to Ice as well as Jabs, because I think the hero would do more than a Drow Ranger in this game.
Now that he's completed like as many items as he has, like most of the time you would prefer it the other way around, because Weaver is going to have a tough time in lane. Drow Ranger can get just a ton of damage and help Ice on the Weaver recover, but Ice has had an exceptional game thus far in his laning phase and mid game, now late game, so he's a really strong damage dealer right now in a very, very potent core.
Yeah, I mean, just from the draft alone, we knew that Ice was going to have a good game, because there's just simply not that many stuns versus him in the game. MKB completed.
Lasso was the only concern. Okay, so maybe DDZ got the E-Blade to cancel an E-Blade. I mean, sorry, cancel a Linken's. So now he can actually lasso the Weaver properly.
I mean, you already have Force Staff for that, so I still think
but then how's he going to get out, though?
You don't get out. Have you seen them play? They go in, dude.
They go in, but it's I don't know if you have enough damage.
I still think that Lance is also pretty much a one-shot wonder in these fights, because every time he blinks in, he just gets overgrowthed. So I don't think Lance is actually going to do that much this game. Unless he goes in and just kills somebody. Like, that's what he's hoping for, at least.
I think he's basically just, like, serving to draw aggro. Because if he cared that much about dealing damage, he would have gone for something like a BKB. Right now, he's just like, you have to kill me at some point, so come and fight me.
Yeah.
So if I can't deal damage to you, that's fine. You're going to have to come to me eventually.
Oh, there's some intense level of ratting going on right now. Sand King's in the trees. Ogre's split pushing top. It looks like we're going to see a 40-minute Vlad's here being attempted by the Ogre. It looks like he has it finished. Vlad's not bad. You want to just pick up as much armor as you can, especially against this lineup. Though the order of Crimson back into a Vlad's is something different.
Unconventional, but I guess the bonus damage aura is going to be very useful with this PA for sure.
Yeah. Just the PA. Nobody else would really take advantage of that part.
No.
Alright, DDZ will... What is Z working on next? I think Hex is generally like quite good, especially when you're farming this much. But... not sure.
Right now I think he's just going to be saving for buyback, and he may need to use it depending on how this Roche fight goes.
They see MTR and the Dragon Form is going to get committed. He's going to get dragged up to a cliff again. Hey, remember this spot? Jab says, oh no, he's going to port out. And he'll make it out of there. But BKB and Dragon Form was committed. Meanwhile, Ice on the backline kills off the Sand King. So overall, a decent fight. Roshan now becomes in a dubious spot. And they'll go straight in. They know Firefly is ending. So why not?
Yeah, who cares if your BKB is down if there's no Sand King Epicenter to be concerned about, and this Roche is going down so fast.
They need some vision. Okay. I thought for a second that Lance will go in with the vision being granted by Napalm.
I thought that dagger was gonna get the kill, but that Lincoln's pop by Roche, that would have been one of the best kills ever. But now Jab still has plenty of time on this Dragon Form to be able to take this tier 2 high ground. I don't think it's gonna be able to push right now.
I don't know, man. Tell me how they kill Ice 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 twice.
Yeah, I guess not, especially with Sand King still dead for another 15 seconds. Lincoln's gets popped. Ice 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 is gonna back out. They have Lasso, they have E-Blade, they have Force Staff, they have everything on this Bat Rider. They just need to get close enough to Weaver to do it.
Getting scouted, but he grabs on XY. He's trying to make it to a cliff. He's not gonna make it. They're gonna dagger him up. Okay, they're gonna try to blow up the tree man, and they will. Mech has been used, and now are they gonna try to chase? They are, but the massive TPs. Okay, he misses the Burrow Strike, and that'll be it. They get the 1 kill, they defend, and I guess that's what they're looking for, right? Just to hold now, make sure you wait out the Aegis, and then take a fight then.
Yeah, and it didn't seem like they were expecting to lose this fight, because I see a ward right on this tier 3 mid, and I guess the timing was just so perfect on the Bat Rider's positioning that he was able to get that kill on Treant. Overgrowth was no longer concerned, was able to drag him to a safe enough area that PA was able to jump and get the kill and not have to worry about getting followed up by the rest of Faceless. And now they're going to go for a tier 2 of their own.
Okay. Again, this team don't push fast. Towers are constantly at full HP thanks to Mr. Treant Protector, which, by the way, is back. His ultimate also... I don't think he ever used it in that fight, right? So...
No, it died too fast.
Yep. I don't think this tower is free unless... I guess Faceless will give it to them free. They're more interested in terms of pushing the creep wave down mid.
I mean, they have this Aegis. They're going to continue this aggression while they have it.
Yep. Yeah, they are pinging the Rexes. Tower will go down, I believe, relatively fast, but they're going to commit a glyph for that to delay even further. Bat Rider uses his Firefly, so that's going to make that defense somewhat more difficult.
2 TPs coming back mid.
Oh, he blinks forward just to lay the fire out, but Tower taking a bunch of damage. TPs are coming back now. I don't know about this. Burrow Strike will hit. I think they just want to delay because they really can't kill Ice Ice Ice. And look at his damage output. Glyph is going to get forced out. He's going to come right back in, and really, time-lapse being used? Question mark? Oh my god, he almost just died there. Because 4 seconds ago, he was right up that cliff.
Yeah, I don't know if he timed that properly. Either that or he didn't expect to get healed as much as he did. I'm surprised he used it at all. I would have liked him to just go into the Aegis and trade it for a Rax, because they almost got that range Rax, but whatever, it's fine. Go for it again. It's not going to heal up.
Well, the way I see this game is I don't see how Power can win a 5v5 line fight where they don't surprise the enemy, right? Like if it's
now that DK has his BKB, it's way too difficult, because Drow Ranger is going to be staying miles back. She's not going to be the Tower Sieger, as we just saw. It's going to be Weaver, and Weaver has time lapse because you may be able to get him close to death, but you're not going to be able to fully kill him before he time lapses. And then DK just comes in with the BKB, doesn't care about anything that Sand King has to offer, and PA is not going to be able to frontline because Drow Ranger has her Shadow Blade completed, and I hope that he goes for the Silver Edge to finish it off.
I think he's actually more valuable to the team, like as a support at this point. Just make sure he stays alive, provide his precision aura.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Gust. I don't mean like a support, but like play it more supportive
utility.
Instead of utility style.
Exactly, and I think that it was the right itemization from Jabs as well to go for this Blink Dagger. Even though Faceless does have air quote 3 cores, each core is fulfilling a different purpose. They're not all DPS. They're not all, initiate. Each one of their cores, Weaver is the damage, Drow Ranger is the utility, and Dragon Knight's the initiation.
And tank.
And tank, yes, exactly.
Well, whereas for Power Gaming, they are all initiators, they're all damage dealers, because they definitely got a little bit of each.
Yeah, this PA has too many roles attached to her, and for someone who gets countered by something as simple as an overgrowth, you really don't want to have to give so much importance to one hero that isn't able to, peak with the kinds of items that she has.
She does have the Mantis out now, so she will be able to operate a little bit more freely. And the Manta Illusions were going to be quite good against the Casket as well. I actually haven't spoken about the Casket because power gaming is just kind of face rushing every time. Like the casket is essentially, you know, a 3-man stun every single time.
It is, but you gotta stop saying casket. It's bothering me way too much. It's just cask.
But when he says, when he throws a cask, he says casket.
There we go.
All
Oh
right.
my gosh, Lass was getting thrown.
Is
to
that
the
enough?
epicenter.
Yes, it's enough. They got him. Nuts channeling that ultimate. That casket though. All right, Crimson Guard just laughed at your ultimate, and they just kill Nuts. Oh, look at that shotgun, bro.
Yo, that was the long con. DDZ, MTR, and JYC were waiting there for ages, and they finally found the Weaver. It could have been anyone who went up at that top lane, but thank God it was the Weaver, and thank God his Aegis had just timed out like 15 seconds earlier, and beautifully coordinated. They got the epicenter off right after the lasso, no time wasted.
Why did he
I mean,
not shotgun during that epicenter?
because he knew. He was that confident.
You know, he wanted to get the secondary kill, calculated.
That too, of course. And Crimson Guard, yet again, being a very valuable asset. Witch Doctor has hit level 11, but he's still a long, long ways away from anything like resembling an Aghanim. All he has is point booster.
Oh, Lance just going in, forcing out the buyback Manta immediately, and we are out. All right. Few people would force out the buyback a different way, but that's not the Lance way. Lance goes in, and is this a fake back?
They don't have any smokes, so they're gonna have to do it very aggressively if it is a double fake.
No, it looks like Lance will reveal his position. The rest of the team is hiding. But I don't think Faceless will come straight for a fight. Faceless did commit the buyback and a dragon form, so maybe they're waiting that one out. And right back we go.
Lance has the sieging potential. All he needs to do is, I guess, put the Deso debuff onto the tower and then let his illusions deal damage.
I don't know if you could commit your Manta before the fight though, because he really needs to save it for the Treant ult.
I mean, does he need to fight? Like, they keep... Oh. See, like, I would have liked to see Manta used and then Dazzle weave the Manta illusions and then Bloodlust the Manta illusions and then just let those siege. I mean, you're in no rush if you're Lance right now because Faceless isn't farming. All 5 of their heroes are inside their base.
I don't know if
and
that's...
Black does complete the Silver Edge.
I don't know if that's the Lance way. Man, Lance way just goes heroes. Not towers.
No, that's right.
Alright, well, that siege also might have worked if there's no Treant. Treant living armor is keeping this up.
Fair point. Very fair point. This tower is all the way back to full HP, and
So I think the only way for them to win is to fight and kill. What a way to play Dota. Okay, that weave did not catch Lance. Alright, back it off, guys. Back it off. Wait 35 seconds. No? Okay, let's go.
no, that's not the Lance way. The Lance way is who cares if I have any buffs on me. He has his Manta style.
Uh-oh, he's gonna get caught. The Crimson gets applied immediately, and last... Ooh, great time lapse. He's back. Epicenter being channeled on the backline here. The backline taking a lot of damage, and ice again! He does not have buyback! MTR is gonna be dead. Okay, that's a pretty big one, but Jabs in the front line, though, taking a ton of damage, tanking up for the team. And now Lance going in. He finds Black. Nice Mask of Madness. Lance still going in, but he gets broken. No more invasion. He's gonna get graved up. He's fine. Buying back from the Dragon Knight, but he does not have Dragon Form. Can we heal Lance? Defensive shotgun. He blinks out. Lance is alive. And Jabs, he is not. He's surrounded by 4. The heal bomb doing so much work. Lance comes back in. The Lance way. And they're gonna get the tier 3. And I think they call the GG because Ice is dead. What is going on?
Yo, forgive me, DDZ God. I was ignorant in the face of such genius. That E-Blade was so maximum worth. Utility every which way. You got the kills, you got the disarms, you got the keeping your carry alive. Power gaming. Pure power gaming right there.
This is like one of the most fun 3-2-2 game I've ever seen, like in Dota 2. You see Dota 1 games like this all the time because everyone sucked back then. And this is like very calculated aggression, just crazy back and forth, skirting the line between life and death, man. Amazing stuff. Alright, no final words from Tsunami. That means we're gonna go take a short break, and that means game number 3 is coming up next, guys. This series is still well and alive, and hopefully we will be too at the end of this cast. We'll be back, guys.
I'm speechless.
We'll be back in just a moment.